All right, it should be live right now. Let's let's check the channel. Um, oh, there we go. Uh, let's check. Okay, all right. What's going on, everybody? Who be 186? Back again with another video. I'm going to do. I normally I would do like a regular video for this type of topic. I didn't really want to go live, but I'm kind of in a hurry, so I decided to do it now, and then we'll see what happens from there. Yeah. I'm just checking to see if everything's straight, everything's fine. I'll share this out. I'll share this out later. Like I said, I'm kind of doing this in a hurry. As you can see by the title, Microsoft reverses on Xbox Live price increase. Now, for those of you who didn't see this, a few days ago, Microsoft decided to pretty much increase what they actually did was they did increase the price of Xbox Live technically. Now, I think the I think the 1 month was it used to be 9.99. Now it's pretty much like 10.99. The 3 month, I don't know how much it was before, but I know that went up to I think 39.99, and the 6 month tier um went, I don't know how much it was before, but that was now the price of of um of Xbox Live Gold, but instead of offering a 1 year, they only offered a 6 month subscription. So pretty much, if you wanted a whole year, you had to pay 120. Now, like I said, like we all know why they did it, right? They did it. There was tons of backlash from obviously PlayStation guys were upset about it. A lot. The vast majority of Xbox people I saw were not happy with this also. So like it was what it was, right? People were upset about it, and then later on that day, Microsoft decided to reverse that, and you have to remember they had originally eliminated the 12-month option for Xbox Live. Um, we really didn't know why. I mean, we know why now, but they eliminated the 12-month option for Live. Um, and a lot of people, a lot of Xbox guys, being a bit overzealous, just assumed that they were going to get rid of Xbox Live altogether and make Game Pass the main thing, and completely get rid of Xbox Live, which was dumb, like because it wasn't gonna happen. Um, so they did that, and everyone was upset, and Microsoft decided, what, let's reverse it. They Now you can still get a 12-month tier, but that would be 60, and I think everything reverted back to its original price. So honestly, we all know why they did it. Like, let's cut through the chase right now. We know why they did it. They wanted to. Their goal was to get people to subscribe to Game Pass, and more notably Game Pass Ultimate, right? So they took something that they pretty much devalued one of their programs, which was Xbox Live, to convert people to their other program, which is Game Pass, which is Microsoft bread and butter at this point, right? So we know why they did it, and the thing is this, right? If someone was gonna tell me that we're increasing the price of Xbox Live, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Like, as new generations form, more often than not, you're gonna get price increases. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's to the games or to services and stuff like that. At least in this day and age of gaming, it wouldn't surprise me. I think what caught a lot of people off guard was the sheer amount that the service increase if you wanted a 1 year subscription, which that option was taken away from you. But if you wanted to still, hypothetically continue with your 12 month with your year subscription, you had to buy two Xbox Live Gold cards for $60. And that's, I think, it was just that drastic a change. You removed an option for people and you increased the price. I think that's what really got to a lot of people. Now, I'll give the Xbox community credit. I'll give Microsoft credit. Like they voiced their displeasure, and they also, and the one thing that a lot of, well, actually, I'll revert back to that, right? Because that is the part that I wanted to focus on. So so the Xbox community deserves a lot of credit. 'Cause I really didn't see anyone defend this. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really see anyone defend it. It's one thing when you see it, when a company makes a decision, right? And you can see you can tell the people who are genuinely upset with the decision, or people who just want to pile on, right? On a decision. You can tell the difference. To me, um this was genuine dissatisfaction with what Microsoft was doing. And to Microsoft credit, they decided to reverse on that. They reverted everything back to normal, with the exception of one thing that I have always criticized Microsoft for doing, and I've criticized Microsoft fans for not being more vocal about it, is them moving free to play games from behind their paywall. Now, for the longest time, Microsoft was the only company that made you pay for Xbox Live in order to play free to play games like Fortnite, Rocket League, stuff like that, right? Free to play games, right? While Sony didn't do it from the beginning. Sony never charged you for free to play games. Nintendo didn't do it. Clearly, you don't do that. Obviously, you don't do that with PC. So like Microsoft was the only company that was still doing that. So like I said, I give them a lot of props for doing what they did. Now, there are some people, and I'm talking mainly PlayStation guys, who are saying that this is something that, oh, like, this is fugazi, like we shouldn't give them credit, and I'll address that right here. I mean, what am I supposed to be mad about now? Like, they reversed back on their policy, which, even though I get why they did it, what I mean, I know why they did it. Like, I'm as someone who's a Game Pass subscriber, um I get why they did it. You know what I mean? Is it kind of shady? Absolutely. Like, it was absolutely shady. But I knew why they did it, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But they did reverse on that policy. So, and then they also decided to do something that I've always thought they should have done from the get go, was removing the paywall from Xbox Live. So free to play games for Xbox Live. So why should I be upset? Why should I still be upset? Why is it that I should be like, oh, well, oh, they should, you still have to ask them why would they do it? We know why they did it. We know why all this happened, to increase the numbers for Game Pass. That's why they did it. I know why they did it. So if I know why they did it, and I understand why they had to go back on their word, what is there to be upset about? Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess people don't like the fact that they're getting praised for something that they should never have done in the first place. I get it, but at the end of the day, they realized an issue and they fixed it. And obviously, Xbox gamers were gonna be like, "Oh, thank you, Microsoft. You listen to us and shit like that." Of course, they were gonna do that. Of course, they were. Like, so, but like, at the end of the day, like, I can't be like, "Oh, well, I still can't forget what they try to do." No, I'm not doing that, because you can do that for any gaming company when they decided to either do something good, or go or decide to change a policy that wasn't popular. You know what I'm saying? You can do that for any company, and I refuse to go the cynical route when it comes to Microsoft and this change. Like, Like, I'm glad they did what they did ultimately. So why should I be upset about that? Now, naturally, on the other side of it, naturally when you see this happen, then you see all the Xbox dudes trying to gas at straws about, oh well, Sony should um Sony should remove online saves from a paywall. Now, for those of you who don't know how this works, you have cloud saves on PlayStation Network. They are behind the PSN paywall, right? But the thing that they won't tell you, either because they don't know or they're too stupid to realize, is that you can take those saves, put them on a USB, and just carry them over if you don't have PSN, right? Like you can if you're running low on if you're running if you, let's say if your PSN is about to run out and you don't really you feel like you don't need it, you can clearly take those saves, port them on the USB, and you're good to go. Like it's that easy. But they won't tell you that. Now the other thing that they've been mentioning is the whole $70 thing, right? Oh, PlayStation gamers fell in line with $70 games, and I can only really speak for myself. Like I don't have a problem with them increasing the price of the game. Now, granted, Microsoft decided not to do that. Now we don't know if they're going to do it in later, because you have to remember, I don't know if they're still committed to making games on the old Xboxes. But once they move those games, there's something, a big blast happened behind me. So I apologize for that. If Microsoft decides to if they decide to stop making games for the old Xboxes, is it really that outlandish to think that that they won't increase the price of their game? Now, granted, and I understand that they have Game Pass as a fallback. I get that, but if you don't have Game Pass, then you know I wouldn't put it past Microsoft to eventually increase the price of their games. I wouldn't put it past them. So, but you know, I think most people are okay with paying $70 for games. I know it's a bit of an increase. It's an increase, obviously, but I mean, their games have been higher priced in the past. Another black. I think someone's shooting fireworks or something. I don't know. I don't know why. But yeah. So like, games have been higher in the past. You know what I mean? Like, so it doesn't necessarily bother me per se. And like I said, I mean, Xbox dudes, they're gonna say what they gotta say. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And in some cases, I don't really disagree with them on that. But like, you have to remember, these are the same dudes who can talk about stuff like this all they want, but these are the same dudes who will go out of their way and buy the multitude of controllers that Microsoft offers for $50, $60. They're the same dudes who will buy Elite controllers. They'll buy like special editions of games and stuff like that. So their critiques ring hollow to me. But it is what it is. It is what it is at this point. So hmm, yeah, so they're shooting fireworks. So yeah, so overall, like, I don't have, like, I personally, I can't simply be upset with a company for trying to screw over gamers and then going back on their word. Like, to me, like, they learned their lesson. To be honest with you, they learned their lesson, and to be fair, like, I don't expect the company, whether it's Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo, to try to make things cheap for you every single time. Like, that's not their goal. Is to make money. Their goal is to generate a business. So if something they feel is worth a certain price, then it's up to the consumer to determine if that price is right for them. Right. So, like, for me, $500 for a new PlayStation. Not, for me, it's not in the cards right now, because I don't have an interest in playing none of the games on there for the most part. And most of the games I can play on there, I can play them on my PlayStation, so on my PS4. So Like I don't like I determined that the price of a PS5 for what's offering right now is just not worth it. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean that oh it should be 400 or it should be 300. No, no, it's whatever it is that Sony decided to make the console. Same thing goes with the Xbox. You know what I mean? Like a company's job at the end of the day is to make money, right? So if they make something, if they make a game like $70, then it's like is whether or not the game is worth that price that much to you. It's not anti-consumer. At least I don't look at it that way. It's just that if they feel like their product is good enough to warrant that price tag, then I'm fine with that. Like me personally, I would like a more open gaming game price system. Like every game being the same price, to me, to me, I think it hurts a lot again. Like a lot of talk that I see is from this game coming out from Housemarque named Returnal. Right, it's a game that I'm actually looking forward to seeing how it does because I'm a big fan of Housemarque and the game looks cool, but the game's gonna come out at $70. Right, I think this is their first AAA, at least you could say AAA attempt. You know what I mean? Because a lot of their other games, the vast majority of their games that's come out have been digital releases. This is going to be a game that's going to be available digitally and physically. And the price of the game at $70 is a tall task. It's a very tall task. And I think for a lot of the Sony first party games, I think the PlayStation exclusivity thing um has I would say that the having the PlayStation exclusivity on there has increased their value over the years, but I don't think that it's to the level of a Nintendo. You get what I'm saying? Like, and this not to say that Nintendo games are any better or any worse than PlayStation games. I'm just saying that when you see a Nintendo exclusive game, a game made by Nintendo, that to me, I think carries a little bit more clout as far as like casual audiences than it does for PlayStation. Even though I think that has increased in the past with your Uncharted, with your Last of Us, with your God of Wars and stuff like that. And Returnal is gonna be one of those games, but at the same time, it's from a studio that's not as well known, and it's a game that's not that is the studio's not as well known, and to sell that game for 70 is a bit of a risk in my opinion. And if to me, if the game was 50, I would be cool with that. That would be cool. I would be cool with that. You know what I mean? Like, let's say for example, Crackdown 3 came out, right? To me, like Crackdown 3 should have been $40. I think it would have been a lot better received if it was at 40, right? The last Ratchet and Clank game came out at 40, critically acclaimed. Game looks gorgeous. Like to me, I think more open pricing would be beneficial across the board when it comes to gaming. But that's for another time. I really don't have nothing else. I don't really have nothing else to say. Like I said, I wanted to keep this fairly brief. So thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna share this out. Let me know what you guys think. This Subaru 186. I'm out. Peace.